uh, find the area. So chapter 9.4, area of a triangle. All right, so here is the theorem for area of a SAS triangle, side angle side. So number one, k is equal to 1 half times a times b times sine of big C. So I'll make a note as to what those are in a second. It's the same ABC as that we've been using, but I'll make a note of it anyway. The other formula is k equal to 1 half times b times c times sine a. 3. K is equal to 1 half times a times c times sine b. So this is where a, b, c are sides of a triangle, and capital A, B, C are angles. The next theorem is the one I like because it always works as long as you have the sides. And there's not much thinking involved. It's spelled Heron's formula, but my old professor said it was pronounced heroes. I never checked it, but I believed him. Hero's formula. So the area K of a triangle with sides A comma B comma C would be equal to this. So K is equal to square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where S is equal to 1 half times A plus B plus C. So that's all the formulas we're going to need for this section. All right. So here's a couple examples that you'll see. You'll be given triangles that have two sides and one angle, and then you use the appropriate formula, and you get the area. So it's really just plug in the numbers and you're done. Nothing crazy. So I'm hoping 9-4s, it's super easy. I'm hoping. It should be the easiest section for chapter 9. So find the area. K of the triangle okay. I'm trying my best to draw that triangle here. So here they put B. Here they put A.
Jack, can you move the paper up, please?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking. Yeah, that should be a C. Sorry. Okay, so here's your two side angle side. All right, side angle side. So I don't have capital B, but I have, or capital A, I have capital B though. Capital C is missing. I do have little a, don't have little b. Lowercase c is 9. So I can use one of the formulas, right? I can use k equal to 1/2 times of a and c, so we'll use a c sine b. Okay, so just plug it in and you're done. That's it. Excuse me. So that'll be 1/2 times 4 times 9 times sine 40. And that's it. Nothing else to do. So let's get our calculators out. 1 second. All right, I got 11.57. Are there any questions on how to do example 1? Okay, let's go to the next one. Then we can try some homework problems if you guys are struggling. Example 2. Find the area K of the triangle. All right, so here's my triangle. Whatever. Oh, well, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so here's C. Here is A, B, 2, 5, 6. There we go. So my sides are 6 for A, B is 5, little c is 2. Yeah. So since we have all three sides, we can use the hero's formula. But to do that, we should start by finding s. So 1/2 times a plus b plus c, which would be equal to 1/2 times 6 plus 5 plus 2. So that's what is that? 11, 13, right? 6.5. So we use the hero's formula that says k is equal to s times s minus a times s minus b s minus c, which is equal to, so at this point just plug it in and you're done. And then, of course, put it in your calculator. So s is 6.5 times 6.5 minus 6 times 6.5 minus 5 times 6.5 minus 2. So what is that going to give us? So I got approximately 4.68. So any questions on 9.4? That's really all there is over and over again. So they'll give you different types of triangles, give you different sides, and you just plug it into the formula. If you need a certain side, you can use law of sines or cosines, but I think most of them they'll give you what you need, and if they don't, use the appropriate formula. Are you guys struggling with any homework problems from chapter 9?
No, it's been good.
You're okay? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
If you let me know if anyone's struggling. I'm hoping it's not because you haven't started, but I know that happens. All right, well, I'll start the exam review then, because I'm not doing any more chapter 9. And then on Thursday, I'll see if you have some homework questions. And perhaps do more review. Let me go find it. All right. Ready? So let's start the review. And we'll do a few, and then we'll call it a night and continue reviewing on Thursday. So we are on test 3 review, or exam 3. So let's go over number 1. So number 1 starts pretty chill. Let me show it to you. As you can see, it says solve the right triangle using the information given. You give me a picture A, B, and that's it. So I need to find B, C, and capital A. Since it's a right triangle, I am able to use Pythagorean theorem to find a missing side. So I don't have to do a lot of signs, right? So number one, when you write down everything, solve the right triangle. Okay, so you have this thing going on over here. B, A, C, A, B. There we go. All right, so they gave us A to be 8. I'll write this down, then I'll switch over. I don't know B, don't know C. Capital A is something. Capital B is 30. Okay. Now we do have that right angle, right? So technically we know what C is. That is 90 degrees, which means we can solve for A no problem, right? What is capital A?
60.
60.
Yeah, for sure, right? 60. So having all these angles, I can use the definition of sine, cosine, tangent to help me find the missing sides. So I'll say that. So there's this C, A is 8. B is that. Okay. So B was 30. We found A to be 60. All right, so I want to find capital B. I mean, lowercase b and lowercase c. So I'm going to use, I guess we can use tangent of 60. Oh, tangent of 30. Yeah, let's do tangent of 30. So tangent of 30 degrees would be equal to the opposite over adjacent, right? So that means that tangent 30 is equal to b over 8. Multiply both sides by b, or by 8 rather. It gives us to here tangent of 30 equal to b. So at this point, plug it into your calculator. Make sure you're in degrees, so that'll be 8 tan 30. So I got 4.62, so roughly, it says round to 2 decimal places, so or stop at 2. Okay. You guys see how we got the 8 over? I skipped that step here.
Yes.
Okay. So we got B 4.68 versus 6.2, sorry. Okay, so now we need a hypotenuse. So we can use cosine of 30. You can use whatever you like as long as you have most of the pieces. So this will be A over C, which implies that cosine 30 is equal to 8 over C. So isolate C, and you'll have your answer. All right, so if I multiply both sides by C, I get the C over here. Divide by cosine, that gives me C equal to 8 over cosine 30, which is approximately something. So that would be 9.24. Okay, let's see what they got. So it looks like, yeah, A is 60, C is 9.24, and B is 4.62. Let's do this word problem next. Any questions on number 1? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Number 2. Alrighty. So radio transmission tower is 210 feet tall. So I'm going to go ahead and copy paste it over here just so we can look at it a little easier. Okay. Okay, so radio transmission tower is 210 feet tall. How long should a guy wire be if it's attached 8 feet from the top and is to make an angle of 20 degrees with the ground? Okay, so, all right. So the radio tower is 210 feet. And then there's a, I don't know, something up here. That's 8 feet. Right? Okay. Looks blurry on my end. Is it blurry on your end too?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's blurry.
Right? Let me see. Okay.
It's better.
All right, so where were we? How long should the guy wire be? So I don't know how long this distance is, right?
Sir, wouldn't if it says that it's 8 feet from the top, wouldn't that mean it's 210 minus 8 feet? Because away from the top?
Yeah, I feel like we've done this before. It sounds familiar. How long should a guy wire be if it is to be attached 8 feet from the top? Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be confused on what I'm supposed to.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I'm just misreading the English, is what it is. So from the top. Yeah. So then, yeah, I think I agree with you. Let's see if it comes out. If it doesn't, then we'll just make a small adjustment. But I think that makes sense. So we're attaching it somewhere, let's say here, I guess. So from here to here, we'll say it's 208, right? Was it? No, 202. So we have a wire. And we're connecting it all the way down to some place. The angle made here, so to make an angle 20 degrees with the ground. So 20 degrees. Okay. Give your engineer a tenth of a foot. And they want to know how long should the guy wire be. So they want to know how long this wire is. In other words, the hypotenuse. So I'm going to use a cosine. Let me see. No, sine I think would work. Sine of 20 is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So I need to see the length of the wire, right? So here we go. Sine of 20 is equal to 202 over C. Solve for C. That'll get us to C is equal to sine 20. Oops. Stupid thing. (202 feet) over sine 20. All right, so what does that give us? So hopefully that gives us the answer, right? Let me check.
590.6.
Yeah, and that's the answer. 590.6 feet. Yeah, so you guys are right. Good job. Any question on how we set that up? Okay. So I'm trying to make a little note here. This length is 210. All right. So that's number 2, 590.6 feet. Okay, so number 3, solve the triangle. The fact that they're giving me a triangle means I don't have to worry about, is there 2 triangles, is there 1, right? Because they already gave it to me. Also, the answer choices don't allow for 2 triangles or no triangle. So there's 2 reasons why we don't have to worry about it. Okay, but we can no longer use Pythagorean theorem because this is not a right triangle. This one over here leaves the possibility of no triangle because they don't actually draw the triangle for you. And they don't give me all the angles. Okay, so let's do 3. Go from there. To solve the triangle, solve the asked for. Okay. So this is 115. Let me make that bigger. You can barely see that. Okay, so angle in here is 115. This angle is 35. This is A. This is B. This is C. This is little a, little b, which is 10. Little c is not given. Okay, so let me write down the stuff that I do know. Capital A is 115. Capital B is 35. Having those 2 angles, what must C be? Capital C.
30.
30. Yeah. Yes. Little a. Little b is 10. And we don't have little c either. But we do have an angle and an opposite side. So back in law of sines, we said that will allow us to use law of sines. Okay. If we didn't have an opposite side, then we'd be in trouble. And we have to consider law of cosines. Okay. But we're good at the moment. So let's go ahead and use this to help me find missing pieces. So little a over sine a is equal to b over sine b according to the formula, right? So do your algebra, solve for little a by multiplying both sides by sine a. That will get you to here. Is there any questions on the algebra part?
Yes, can you show it out, please?
Yeah. So let's show an extra step. Okay, so if I want to solve for a, you would multiply both sides by sine a, right? So you do a over sine a times sine a equal to b over sine b times sine a. So these will cancel, leaving you with a. So now a is equal to b sine a over sine b. And at this point, you just plug in the numbers and we'll have little a. So b is 10, a is 115, sine b is so what is little a?
$15.8.
Yeah, 15.8. So I've got a missing piece. Now I need to do the same, repeat the same process and solve for c. So I'm going to start with the stuff that I need to find. It's a little easier to follow. So c over sine c is equal to the stuff that I know, b over sine b. Do the same algebra by multiplying both sides by sine c, which will get us to here. C is equal to b sine c over sine b, which is equal to 10 sine 35 over sine, oops,
I think that's 30.
yeah, 30. There we go. So what's that going to be?
$8.72.
Yeah, that's it. 8.72. So now we have all the pieces and we're done. 8.72. Is there any questions on how we found the missing angle or the missing two sides? Let's go to the next one then. So that was 3. Let's look at number 4 and see why there is no triangle. So it says 2 sides and an angle are given. So I don't have I do have capital B though. Capital C. A, B, little c is 7, B is 3. So this is a given. The question is going to tell us to determine if there's 1, 2, or no triangle. Okay. So what we're going to do is solve for C, and we're going to see that an error is probably going to appear, which means there is no triangle. So let's give it a shot. So I have an angle in its opposite side, which means this will be the main part that will help me solve for everything else. I'm going to put the angles on top because I'm looking for the angle. So sine C over little c is equal to sine B over little b. So multiply both sides by b, or sorry, by c. Right, so times c, sine B over b times c. They're gone. So now I have sine capital C equal to, I'm going to put the c in front, not that it matters. I need the angle, so what I'm going to do is to sine inverse of both sides of c sine B over little b. Right, so just plug it in, right? So C is equal to all this. C sine B over B, which is equal to sine inverse of 7 sine 70 over B is 3. So what does that give us? We should see an error.
Yeah, it said no domain.
Yeah. So when you see that, that means there is no triangle. Because you can't solve it. See? You get an error like this. Error domain, whatever. So if I go to it, see how I plugged it in correctly, but I'm not getting an answer. So there is no triangle.
That's because it was over 1, right? Or it's larger than 1.
Yeah, exactly. So if you notice that this number in here is bigger than 1, you should just stop automatically because you cannot do an inverse sine of something bigger than 1. Or less than negative 1. Okay. It's about, let's do another word problem. Because I have any questions on number 9? I like to solve it in general just because it's a little prettier. But if you want to plug in the numbers right away and then solve for it, you can. Doesn't matter. All right, so that was number 4, even though that looks like a 9 up there. Number 5 is a word problem. All right. So a surveyor is standing 56 meters from the base of a building. The angle at the top of the building, the angle to the top of the building, and finds it to be 38 degrees. The surveyor then measures the angle to the top of the radio tower and finds it to be that is 47. Okay. Let's think this through a little bit. So I have a tower that's 56 meters, right? Oh, well, actually, that's how far away I am. Okay. So I'm over here just hanging out, I guess. 56 meters from the base of the building. So this is like my building here. Okay. And it says, so I want to build a triangle. It says what? Measures the angle to the top of the building. So I'm reading this. Reading angle to the top is 38 degrees. Does that English make sense?
Yes.
The surveyor then measures the angle to the top of the radio tower on the building and finds it to be 47. So there's a radio. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there's a tower, there's an antenna, right? So he measures another angle to that antenna and finds it to be 47 degrees. Okay, he's trying to make my life difficult, I see. So this new angle, I'm going to try to make it a little prettier, best I can here. We said that was 38. So then the new one is 47. That's what I'm understanding. Okay. How tall is the radio tower? So if I use the 38, I can find the height of the building, no problem, right? Then I could do the same process to find the total. Give me 1 second. I think I might have done this before. Let me check my notes. Yeah. So my drawing's good. Although I'm going to move the antenna just because it's confusing me, not because it matters. I'm going to put it right here. It's because it looks prettier. So I'll call this height H. I'll call this height H prime, just to distinguish them. Okay. So they want to know, oh, okay, now I understand. So the question was asking the height of the antenna, the radio tower, not the entire thing. If I were to use tangent 47, that would give me total height. If I use tangent 38, that would give me the height of the building only. Once I have those two heights, we subtract them to find the height of the radio tower, which is that antenna thing. You see what they're asking? It took me a couple of reads to see what they want. So they want to know H prime. So first step is find the height of the building. So I'm going to use tangent. So tangent of 38 is equal to opposite over adjacent, so H over 56. Solve for H, so that would be H is equal to 56 tangent of 38 degrees. What is H?
$43.75.
43.75. Okay. So now we're going to do tangent of 47, which will give me the entire height. So this was H. So tangent of I should probably call it something. Don't want to confuse you guys. What do you guys want to call the total height?
Height of building.
So yeah, maybe we should change this one to H B. HB. Does that help? Height of the building. That's what we found just now.
Okay.
Okay. So now we want to find the total height, right? So total is running out of space here. I'm going to put it over here. We'll call this all the way down H total. Okay. If you can fit it on the left, that probably looks better. I just can't at the moment. So tangent of 47 would be equal to, so that's the entire thing. So it'd be opposite of 47 would be everything, right? You see that? Height total over the 56. So the base doesn't change for both of them. So then solve for height of the total thing. So that would be 56 tangent of 47 degrees. What is the total height of the building plus the radio tower? That's this answer. What did you guys get?
60.05.
Okay. I believe this is all in feet. Oh no, meters. So meters, 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 meters. Okay, so if I want the tower, now that we have all the information, what would you do? What is H prime?
Subtract.
Yeah, just subtract them, right? So subtract the total minus the height of the building. which would be 60.05 minus 43.75 meters. What is that going to be?
$16.31.
Yeah, 16.31 meters.
Jack, so I could have just took the difference of those degrees, right? Since the base is the same.
Are you wondering if are you saying like just use this little angle here?
Yeah.
Well, if we did that, then the base would be this thing, which I don't
Okay.
know what
That's what I
that
was-
is.
Okay.
But yeah, that is tempting. I know I felt that way too.
Okay, thank you.
I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. Is there a shortcut? But I did not see one. But does the main idea make sense? Do you see how tangent can just help you find opposite sides, right? Then you can find different pieces. So the surveyors are out there with their little staff thing, measuring stuff, right? Measuring their angles. You have any questions on number 5?
Final answer was 16.31 meters because we were looking for the height of the antenna.
Yeah, the radio tower, the little antenna on
Of the
top.
radio. Okay, thank you.
So on this exam, there's going to be a few questions that are from 9.5. I want you to skip those questions. Skip number 12 through 14.
Skip 12 through 14 on the review.
On the review and on the exam, I'll tell you which ones to skip to. I think it'll be
Okay.
the last 2 or something like that, but I'll check later. On review. Okay, so that's pretty much the first half of the review. We'll do the next half on Thursday. And so Thursday, bring some homework questions. If you can, start the review and bring some questions as well. And we'll go from there. Okay.
I'm sure you already said this, but 9.5, that's on the next test.
No, it's on this test, but I'm not gonna test you on it. So they will be on there, but I'm just gonna give you credit for it. So don't actually solve them.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the 9.5 homework.
It should be gone now.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Are
Jack.
there any questions for the 9.4 homework that will be taken off, or is that already is
9.4
everything right on?
or 9.5?
Yeah, 9.4. I know, like I finished 9.1 and they were taken off afterwards. I just don't want that to happen again. So I just want to make
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Are you already on 9.4?
I finished 9.3, so I was into 9.4 either probably tomorrow night.
I'll delete them today before you start. Last time I went ahead and deleted 1 through 3, but I don't think I've done 4 yet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But yeah, I'll take a look soon.